Hey guys, what's going on? Summer of 2025, man. We got the convertible out and we're cruising, smoking a cigar here. You know, this is a lighter right here. Where the hell that thing went? Where'd it go now? I got rid of it already. I had some right here. I was going to show it to Carl. This is a lighter right here. This is what this does. Finishing up the last of these cigars. Tomorrow I think I'm going to go to the cemetery. Today I got the convertible up, $1,200 for 1 year. But it is what it is. He has to go and set the price. But finishing up the cigar. I did one for the other channel, the Adventure channel that came out on this day of 17th day of May. Dave's going to go to either a Huskow or he's going to go to a group home. But anyways, so on the Adventure channel, then back in the archives, I did some bikings, okay? So, you know, I talked to Carl about this, and, you know, he disagrees. Me and him agree on certain things. And we see people, the Huss has done a few, the chick from here, over 50, beautiful woman, has been pimping and prostituting herself for electrical bikes. Okay, I've got a bike and she's got a bike. I've got two different versions of biking. I went eastbound towards the old Mighty Mo and westbound down to Chan. Okay, on my bike, and I cruise along. Right. And I'm open mic because the microphone won't register. Okay. So I personally think it's cheating. I get a small version of it. I get a small version that kind of helps you along. But we sit out on the deck and the trail that comes by our house, okay, used to be the old Chicago Western, okay? And I see it all the time. We're on the deck, and there's a guy that goes by at least 40 miles per hour. I get it, like I said, a little assistance. You have to wear glasses, I understand that. I wear cheaters when I read the paper every day, okay, every morning. I get it. Hearing aids, that's one thing. But electrical bikes are cheating. And I see a lot of YouTubers pimping and prostituting themselves for electrical bike, right? I don't get it, man. I don't understand that. And they're expensive, too. They're getting to be $1,500. I think we got ours. She bought hers first, and I gave my bike to a guy I worked with who got it stolen, and I gave it to him with a lock, and I said, if you lose this bike, and I went to Walmart, and I bought the lock, gave it to him, and it was an old bike I bought at Costco for $100, whatever that was. And I've liked it ever since. You know, we try to get out as much as we can. Go on the trail, we go westbound, we go eastbound, but that's called exercise. It's cheating, right? Again, it's watching. You don't like two men having consensual sex. You can't watch two women. You can't have both ways, right? Not a very Christian to be doing. Every time I said that on the audios, right? But I don't. Yeah, I mean, Carl, I get transportation. I mean, where I live now, and when I worked at Chanhassen, I wish I had an electrical bike. I could fly all the way to work. At 40 miles per hour, I could have been there, but not the way it works. So I don't know. I don't buy that behavior. That this electrical bike phenomenon is going on. I just think it's dumb that people have these electrical bikes, and you know, the Huss is on a third one. I think that girl from Minnesota's on a third one. Then they sell them. You know, I have Cowpote approved. You all know, you saw the videos when I was over in St. Mountain. That's Cowpote approved, right? Get the windows over here. That was for you blindies. But, yeah, this thing really rides nice. For 78,000 miles on this thing, I do gotta clean it out a little bit, get the vacuum out, clean it up. Filthy over here with all my hand all the time, dirty, but I gotta clean it up, because when Sue Ellen gets in here, she wants to drive and she gets all pissed off, so it is what it is. Except I'm on open mic, I apologize, but I brought the camera. I want to get this all the way. Hope you guys had a good Memorial Day weekend, all the military and the armed forces. Every day Memorial Day, so this is after that, you know, puppy. You guys saw the cooking thing, the Monty combo. I like doing those videos. I didn't see it, but it's fun to do it. I just think, I know it's summertime and people want to get out and bike. I think it's a good thing. When I see people out biking, I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're 4, they're 44, they're 24, they're 14, whatever age they are. It's a great thing when I see people on bikes. But there was a guy my age when I was videos on my adventure channel was on the Green Line. He's like my age, real mechanically inclined, and he rigged a bike and put a motor on it. Well, guess what? Lost his grip, went down the ditch, and died. I mean, couldn't handle the speed. Do I feel sorry for the guy? Heartless little thing to say, but not really, because he made a poor choice. The way it goes. But I don't know. I get it's a big thing. And, you know, then I see people on the scooters cruising along too, on the green bikes, and they're cruising on the sidewalks, no helmet on. And I admit, I ride my bike without one. I should. Sue Ellen said we got to get one this year. Because when I get home, we're going to go over to Menards. We got to get a tree for the front yard. Because the one that we had growing right next to the house before it got real big was a maple. It didn't catch, so we're going to get a new one. I get it, I should be wearing it. I should. I mean, she fell down on her head when I got home, and she got lucky. Once in a while she gets a little dizzy, but she got lucky she didn't die. We should have brought her to the hospital. That was a poor choice. I get it, you know. People have to have wheelchairs. They have to have that's one thing. I understand that. Electrical wheelchairs, I'm all for that. I get that. They got to get point A, point B. I understand that. But some people just buy electrical bikes if they can, and they go too fast. And when someone's going to kill somebody, let's say they run somebody over at 40 miles, who are you going to sue? I mean, okay, I can sue the guy, but I'm insured. Okay, this thing is insurance 20 all year long. So if that shack burned down where I have it stored at, guess what? I get insurance on it. You know, what are they going to pay me for the damn thing? Whatever. I bought for $5,000. Like I said, $78,738. Okay, it's my fake car. But if these vehicles are going to be going 15 miles, 20 miles per hour, that's a motor vehicle. Because in Minnesota, there's signs, no motor vehicle, but Tom Menard talked about it. They gave a hall pass. They grandfathered them in. It's a motor vehicle on a walking trail. There's elderly people, might be a kid. Let's say I'm with my niece and nephew. My niece has got a couple of children. I think one is 4 or 5. Maybe she's running around on the trail, and a couple guy runs her over. Who do we see about that? You ever seen Absence of Malice at the end? When he's talking to, they said a very good movie at the end. I think it was his somebody. She killed herself, and she goes, you know, hey, who do I see about her death? Who are you going to see? No insurance company. But if they're going to put these bikes out and it goes a certain speed, they have to have liability insurance on it. Because you can sue somebody. What are you going to get? Run somebody over? Run over my wife? Run over your wife? Anybody out there? Hey, blind views can't see, right? But let's say he's on a trail with his lovely wife in Pennsylvania. I don't know. And he's walking along, maybe having a cigarette, drinking a beer with his wife, and talking, whatever. And he, you know, turns to his left or something, just doesn't, you know, maybe sees a tree, wants to go look at it or something, and all of a sudden, this bike guy, he kind of hears him, but all of a sudden looks, it's too late. Boom, he gets hit. And at 30 miles per hour, he's going to knock his ass down. You know, he's going to get up, man. I mean, okay, the guy, he gets injured. Maybe he breaks a leg or something. Who's he going to sue? I'm just referring, you guys know who he's talking about. Casey Grits, anybody, Old Man Nation. He's cruising around with his wife in the desert, and some guy comes up over the top, you know, whatever. The four-wheeler that we went on in St. Martin, we had our own insurance on it. They can invite you whatever you want, because it's a motor vehicle. We hit something, we had to pay for it. We didn't. Like you run a car, right? We carry our own insurance on that thing when you run a car. And I'm not I'm not being what do you want to call the word here, a Karen on this behavior. It's a question that it's cheating, and who pays when someone gets in a car accident. And I would never. I had a couple emails. I don't know if they're real or not. I didn't open them. I didn't respond to it if I wanted to. And I'm like, and someone called me on my Google number, I would say, now listen, I don't believe in them. It's double standard. Like the Hunch, right? Wants the plane, but they're a terrorist nation. On that plane, you know what I would do? I'll take it. I think in Florida they have a town where you can fly, they have airplanes. I'd land it and say, fine, bring it to my strip. I'll buy some land and I'll make it bring me your 747s, I'll call it 747 City. and we'll make it into houses, and we'll make it into Airbnbs, whatever you want to call it. So I do with that thing. Take all the motors off it, put it on the belly. I'll take care of that 747. I'll give you $1 for it. Plain and simple. Like I said, I'm not trying to be Karen here. I'm not trying to piss them on. Just a thought process here on the Explorer web. Change to Explorer with Cowpote, whatever. Because this is the summer. I'm going to be putting up some videos. You guys saw the one where I was over there and Eden Prairie, walking along over there at the spring. Just kind of things like that for fun. What I put up, where they don't really go anywhere. I mean, I get it. I have almost 900 subs. Do I get half that? No, because no one really cares. I'm here to give my opinion on something I think is important, because that's a question I'd be asked. What happens when things go wrong, right? All of a sudden, whoa. So I'm trying to say, man, Yahoo, because I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Sawinski, Yahoo. Again, it's like having unprotected sex, right? Well, I should have worn a condom. Oh no, I got AIDS. I'm like, what's his name? Magic Johnson, but I'm not gonna die. Oh no, well, you should have had a condom on, right? With a woman carrying the groceries, right? But when someone gets hit by one of those, you mark my word, it's just like in hockey in the wild, the Wussy Wild. Watch any NHL game, the girls and the boys, the men and women that go out on the ice and with their shovels, they're shoveling the ice. Why aren't they wearing a helmet? Because everyone else on there is. In Minnesota now, when some coach fell on his head and died, wears a helmet. When I coached hockey, I had a helmet on. This is way back in the 90s. Because you're coaching squirties that can knock you down. U10. I did girls were 14. I got knocked down one time by U14 girl. She turned on me and boom, hit me when I was in the corner. I wore a helmet. But when someone died, then they decided to have the helmets after the fact. And kids have to wear neck guards now. They did District 6. And that wherever the kids went, wherever team, if we went to another out of town, they had to have that neck guard on, because someone got slit in the neck. Goalie got killed. So they, after the fact, now we better have it on. And it's, you wear your seatbelt, right? Until all of a sudden you get thrown out. Like I said, I gotta have a helmet on. I gotta put one on, because I'm pretty easy bike. I don't go over my speed, but it's like riding a motorcycle. I'm not afraid of them. I think they're fun to drive, but it's the idiots that don't see you. All of a sudden you're going over and someone pulls over, doesn't see you, and then you're in the hospital and you're a donor, right? So I'll be a donor the day I stop breathing. Even though my heart was a little bastard, whatever's left of my body will go to somebody. My mother's, I still get things from her body she donated to science. Her nerve was used for some guy. I think her lungs went to somebody. And it's dust to dust for me. Go to science, infect it, and then whatever's done, spread it over the lake, spread it over St. Martin, whatever. Either going to the Perway or the gates. Who knows? I'll let him decide. But that's just rambling, but I personally think electrical bikes are cheating when you're going over the 10 mile per hour. Okay? I get you're old, it gets you going. When you're flying past people on a biking trail with children and other people, elderly people, and they don't see you, they knock you down, my question is, who do you sue? Who do you see about that boorish behavior? Like I said, mark my word, I don't hope I'm wrong, but if someone on the ice falls down, like that one kid got hit by a puck in Columbus, got killed, so what they do, they put nets on after the fact. The kid lost his life. Remember that? You always have to think of what's the worst thing's going to happen when you build something like Tater and his bus. You build out, you get all your stuff, then you build it out. Okay? Same kind of thing. Get my point. Anyways, guys, it was a long video. You guys have a good day. Thanks for the view. Food for thought. Bitch, please.